Hey, Warriors fans, welcome back. Today we've got some breaking updates that are really shaking up the NBA trade landscape. And of course, it all revolves around one of the league's most talked about players, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Over the past few weeks, rumors have been swirling about a potential move that could pair Giannis with Steph Curry in Golden State. And while some of the recent news might initially feel like a setback, the reality is far more nuanced. This situation is complicated, full of twists, and honestly, it could end up being a major opportunity for the Warriors to reshape their championship window. To start, there have been several reports suggesting that Giannis might not be as eager to join Golden State as many fans had hoped. On the surface, that sounds like a blow, right? But when you step back and really think about the context, it actually creates leverage for the Warriors in the negotiation. The Milwaukee Bucks are in a unique position here because if they believe Giannis could leave after his current contract or even consider other options, they aren't going to settle for anything less than maximum value. That's where Golden State's assets come into play. With multiple future draft picks and flexible roster pieces, the Warriors can offer a package that is extremely attractive for the Bucks, even if Giannis has some hesitation about relocating across the country. One of the biggest misunderstandings from fans is equating this scenario to what happened with Kevin Durant years ago. KD joined a Warriors team fresh off a 73-win season, with no championships yet, and suddenly became part of a super team, drawing intense scrutiny. Giannis is in a completely different situation. He has already proven himself in Milwaukee, leading a team to consistent success. And now he would be joining a Warriors roster that is still rebuilding in many ways, giving him a chance to shape the team rather than just join an established dynasty. While there are questions about his long-term commitment, the short-term upside of adding a player of his caliber alongside Steph Curry is enormous. It immediately positions Golden State as a contender while giving Giannis the opportunity to leave a lasting mark on a team with a storied legacy. It's also worth noting that Giannis's hesitation might actually work to Golden State's advantage. If the Bucks sense that Giannis could be considering multiple destinations or isn't fully committed to staying long-term, they will likely value future assets even more. That's where the Warriors' draft capital becomes a huge bargaining chip. Offering multiple first-round picks over the next few seasons could tip the scales in their favor, giving Milwaukee tangible value that could shape the franchise for years to come. For Golden State, this is a rare chance to acquire a superstar without mortgaging the entire future, though, of course, the risk remains if Giannis doesn't commit long-term. Now, let's talk about the roster implications. Pairing Giannis with Steph Curry changes the dynamic of this team completely. Curry, even in the later stages of his career, continues to perform at an elite level, and adding a player with Giannis's versatility and two-way dominance opens up a ton of possibilities on both ends of the floor. You're not just getting a scorer or a rebounder. You're getting a player who can impact every possession, guard multiple positions, and command defensive attention in a way few others can. Combine that with the existing core of Golden State players who complement Curry's play style, and suddenly, the Warriors have a team capable of competing for multiple championships over the next few seasons. Of course, there are concerns. Long-term, if Giannis were to leave after a few years, Golden State could be left in a precarious position, trying to rebuild around Curry as he ages. But the counterpoint is this. The window to capitalize on a player of Giannis's caliber, in his prime, alongside Curry is narrow. The next 2 or 3 seasons could define the latter part of Curry's career, and for many Warriors fans, it's worth taking a calculated risk to maximize that championship potential. History shows that when you have a once-in-a-generation talent like Curry, pairing him with another elite player during his peak years is often the path to sustained success. The trade talks also highlight how strategic negotiations are at this level. The Bucks aren't just thinking about the immediate impact. They're considering the long-term future. If Giannis is perceived as having doubts about staying beyond a short-term stint, Golden State can structure a deal that provides the Bucks with significant future assets, while still securing Giannis for the crucial seasons ahead. It's a delicate balance, but it demonstrates the kind of chess match happening behind the scenes in the NBA's front offices. Every pick, every contract, every piece of leverage matters, and the Warriors appear to be in a position to make a compelling offer that aligns with both sides' goals. Even the concerns about Giannis's commitment are somewhat overstated. He hasn't rejected the idea of joining the Warriors. He's just considering all factors, as any superstar would. The opportunity to compete immediately, potentially win championships, and eventually lead a team in Golden State could be enticing, particularly with Curry still performing at an elite level. If you frame it like that, the Warriors are not only a viable destination, but potentially the most attractive option available. The team's management can sell the vision of short-term success combined with long-term influence, which may very well sway Giannis's decision in their favor. From a fan perspective, it's easy to get nervous about these reports. Headlines suggesting hesitation or uncertainty can make it feel like the deal is slipping away. But when you analyze the underlying factors, draft capital, roster flexibility, and the competitive window, there's a strong argument that Golden State is in a favorable position. In fact, the more complex the negotiations appear, the more it underscores just how high the stakes are. Teams don't reach championship contention without navigating these high-pressure situations, and the Warriors have historically shown a capacity to manage them effectively. Looking at the potential lineup, pairing Curry and Giannis creates a blend of experience, athleticism, and championship pedigree that is rare in the league. You have Curry's shooting and playmaking, Giannis's versatility and defensive presence, and a supporting cast that can complement their strengths. Even if there are some short-term growing pains or chemistry adjustments, the overall potential is tremendous. This could be one of those rare moments where a franchise takes a bold step and dramatically shifts the trajectory of the team, creating a new era in the process. Finally, it's crucial to consider the broader strategic context. The Warriors are not just chasing a marquee name. They're making a calculated move to maximize the remaining peak years of Steph Curry, while also preparing for the future. If they succeed in landing Giannis, they have the chance to create a team that dominates in the present and leaves a lasting impact on the league. Even with the inherent risks, the potential rewards, both in terms of championships and legacy, make this a move that is worth serious consideration. Golden State has the pieces, the vision, and the timing to pull it off, and if all goes according to plan, this could be one of the most significant trades in recent NBA history. Now, diving deeper into the potential implications of this trade, it's clear that the stakes for both sides are enormous. For the Golden State Warriors, acquiring Giannis Antetokounmpo isn't just about adding another star. It's about redefining the team's identity and championship trajectory. The Warriors have always been known for their dynamic style, anchored by elite shooting and unselfish ball movement. Introducing a player like Giannis, whose combination of size, athleticism, and versatility is unmatched, changes the equation entirely. Offensively, he can attack the rim, create plays for teammates, and stretch the floor in ways that complement Curry perfectly. Defensively, his presence alone alters opposing game plans, as he can guard multiple positions, protect the paint, and switch seamlessly across pick-and-roll situations. One of the biggest advantages for Golden State in this scenario is timing. Curry, despite being in the later stages of his career, is still performing at an elite level, and the current Warriors roster is built around him. By adding Giannis now, the team maximizes the overlap between Curry's prime years and Giannis's peak performance, creating a window for championship contention that might last 3 to 4 seasons. Even if there are uncertainties regarding Giannis's long-term commitment, the immediate benefits of this partnership could be transformative. It's a calculated risk, but one that could yield enormous rewards if the timing and chemistry align correctly. The Bucks, on the other hand, are navigating a complex situation of their own. Giannis has expressed desires for autonomy and legacy considerations, which puts the franchise in a delicate position. They can't simply let him walk without extracting maximum value, particularly when his talent is among the best in the league. This is where Golden State's assets become critical. The Warriors' combination of future first-round picks, versatile young players, and established talent makes them an attractive trade partner. The Bucks can secure long-term benefits while giving Giannis a chance to pursue immediate success elsewhere, which in many ways aligns with the interests of all parties. From a fan perspective, the uncertainty can be nerve-wracking. Headlines suggesting hesitation, long-term doubts, or competing suitors like the Heat or Knicks often trigger anxiety among Warriors supporters. But in reality, this is a high-stakes negotiation, and hesitation is normal in scenarios involving superstar talent. Giannis weighing options, considering long-term impact, and discussing his future with advisors is exactly what you would expect. It doesn't signal rejection, it signals thoughtfulness. For the Warriors, patience and strategic communication could be the deciding factors in successfully bringing him to the Bay Area. Strategically, pairing Giannis with Curry opens up a new set of possibilities for Golden State's coaching staff. Offensively, it allows for more creative spacing, dynamic pick-and-roll combinations, and multiple avenues to generate high-percentage shots. Defensively, Giannis's ability to cover ground and influence shots allows the Warriors to switch more aggressively, pressure the perimeter, and anchor a more versatile defense. It's the kind of flexibility that not only strengthens the team in the present, but also allows for long-term adjustments as the roster evolves. Every decision, every rotation, every matchup becomes more favorable with Giannis on the floor alongside Curry. Even when considering the risk factors, the potential payoff remains compelling. Yes, if Giannis doesn't commit to a long-term stay, the Warriors could face a challenging rebuild down the line, particularly as Curry ages. But weighing that risk against the immediate chance to compete for multiple championships makes the gamble understandable. Golden State has always been a franchise willing to embrace calculated risks in pursuit of excellence, and this trade scenario fits perfectly within that philosophy. The ability to chase championships now, rather than waiting and hoping for future drafts to develop into stars, is a rare opportunity that few teams in the league ever get. Another key factor is leadership and team culture. Curry's presence, combined with Draymond Green's experience and Giannis's drive, creates a unique blend of leadership that could elevate the team beyond individual talent. Giannis is a competitive, high-character player who thrives in an environment where his contributions matter and his teammates trust him. Golden State provides that environment. The synergy between Curry's shooting, Giannis's athleticism, and a supporting cast that complements both is a recipe for success that is difficult to replicate elsewhere. It's also important to highlight how this trade affects the broader league narrative. Bringing Giannis to Golden State would send shockwaves through the NBA, altering competitive balance in the Western Conference and intensifying rivalries. Teams would need to adjust game plans, strategies, and roster constructions in response. The ripple effects of such a move extend far beyond just the Warriors. It impacts the Bucks' long-term plans, the strategies of other contenders, and even the decisions of free agents considering their options in a shifting league landscape. It's a transformative moment, not just for one team, but for the NBA as a whole. Of course, questions remain about chemistry and fit. Anytime you combine two generational talents, there's an adjustment period. How will Curry and Giannis share the ball? How will roles be defined? How will younger players adapt to new dynamics? These are legitimate concerns. But if the Warriors' coaching staff and front office can manage rotations, clarify roles, and foster a culture of unselfish basketball, the on-court synergy could develop rapidly. The talent alone is undeniable, and with proper management, the team could emerge as one of the most dominant in recent history. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going. Shockwaves are reportedly rippling through the NBA world as whispers suggest that the Golden State Warriors are making an audacious move to acquire Jason Tatum. Sources close to the situation claim that the Warriors, already a powerhouse with their championship pedigree, are looking to completely reshape the league's balance of power. The East, traditionally seen as a competitive but less dominant conference in recent years, is reportedly in utter disbelief at the potential deal. Insiders describe the reaction as unbelievable, with rival teams scrambling to understand how such a seismic shift could happen. Golden State has long been associated with strategic brilliance, and adding Tatum to their roster would arguably create one of the most formidable lineups in NBA history. The whispers suggest that front office negotiations have been intense, with the Warriors reportedly willing to offer a combination of draft picks and star talent to make the trade reality. Analysts are already speculating on how Tatum's scoring prowess and versatility would fit alongside the likes of Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson, potentially creating an offensive juggernaut capable of overwhelming any opponent. Meanwhile, teams in the Eastern Conference are reportedly in chaos behind closed doors. Sources claim that executives and coaches are frantically reassessing their own rosters, fearing that such a move could tilt the championship odds dramatically. Social media has erupted with fans sharing disbelief, outrage, and incredulous memes, with some suggesting that the East might be permanently weakened if the trade comes to fruition. The potential ripple effects extend far beyond Golden State and Boston, with playoff projections, player morale, and even future free agent decisions hanging in the balance. While nothing has been confirmed publicly, the speculation alone has sent shockwaves through sports media. Rumors indicate that both Tatum's camp and Warriors leadership are considering multiple scenarios, and even brief discussions have been enough to ignite a frenzy across the league. Whether this is a calculated strategy, a negotiating tactic, or simply wishful thinking by fans, the NBA world is watching with bated breath. One thing is certain. If this move happens, it will go down as one of the most talked about maneuvers in modern basketball history. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.